don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs.
Why are you
friggin' frog?
Conspiracy theories are a lot like your granddad's birthday presents to you. After you unwrap it, it's mostly anti-Semitic literature. And there's a couple good dick jokes, you know what I mean? So you gotta appreciate those. The intention of this video is purely to entertain, it's not to offend. You know, there's gonna be fun conspiracies. Conspiracies everyone's already heard of before, you know, so get your tinfoil hat on. Let's go run through this. Let's start with the first one.
That turn the friggin' frogs gay.
Originally made popular by Alex Jones. And it's a fun one, you know what I mean? Like, apparently the chemicals made the frogs female, and then that technically makes them gay. But just because it affects frogs a particular way doesn't mean it affects humans the same way. Do you know what I mean? Like, for example, like chocolate and dogs, we can eat chocolate. Dogs can't drink coffee or kill them. Or pigeons, apparently after they have sex, they die. Well, pigeon I fucked did. And by the way, if you end up banging a frog that was a male to a female, I feel like that's the most straightest thing as a frog. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, you're made the man your woman. Anyway, let's go to the first proper conspiracy. 11/9. Oh, sorry, UK time. 9/11. Right? It's been close to 25 years at this point. You know, as my uncle says, if it's been over a couple decades, get over it. And he 9/11 my ass. The attack from 9 Saudi guys resulted in death in 9/11 and also all the deaths during the Iraq war as well. But there's been a couple of good 9/11 jokes. It's actually pretty impressive if you think about the whole 9/11 thing, because there's a bunch of dudes in a cave that planned this out. You know, you got missile security system, jets, all these kind of high tech, and then there's like Arab guys hanging out in some cave in the Middle East. Because of the whole situations, there's a lot of conspiracies that come out because of coincidences, like the owner not being there.
Where were you on September 11th?
I was home. The only reason I wasn't where I was every morning.
Frogs gay.
And the fact that JP Morgan kind of stocked against it or prepared in a financial way, but that was seen as a coincidence as well. So coincidences occur. The fact that the passport of the terrorist was actually found, that's the only thing that didn't get blown up and stuff. The firefighters also said about how it sounded like a controlled demolition as well. And you know, there's so many other things, but I do have real 2 legit theories. First one, the Jews. Right, after they built the tunnels under the thing, I think it weakened the Twin Towers infrastructure and it kind of collapsed. Planes didn't help out, you know what I mean? Or in a real serious note, airport security. I think they're trying to touch you up. I know a guy who only started working at airport security recently, and he's definitely a touching up kind of guy. I don't like the guy. 9/11 is a good reason to make it legal to touch you up, you know what I'm saying? Like, now they have like cameras that can go through your clothes and see your penis. Am I the only one that's freaked out by that? Alright, let's go to the next one. Aliens, fun topic. We don't know if they're real, we don't know what they're like, if they're smart or if they're dumb. UFOs in general, actually they're not called UFOs anymore, that's the old word, space midget. And I'm not talking about this space midget. To be fair, Rogan has actually pushed the whole UFO thing, speaking to like Bob Lazar, looking into like UFO things. And what we've learned from Joe is jack shit. He's close to Trump, so I think he can kind of like negotiate Trump about like bringing alien proof or something like that. But I don't think we'll see alien proof in any time soon. You know, when aliens do abduct humans, this is my theory. I don't know if they are real. I don't know how smart they will be. They might be like bacteria level. But my theory is if they do abduct and those abductions are real, you know how those like animal rescues, you see them like, oh, there's a bird that hit a window and then they pick him up and then heal it and then let him off. I think, you know, when they do up the bum stuff, I feel like that's some sort of like non-surgical treatment. Like, you didn't know about the cancer, but I would prefer the alien to tell me I got cancer so I can go get the surgery, because I ain't
gay. Do you understand that?
Reptilian people. This is actually a proper British conspiracy theory. Started by David Icke, an ex-football player that turned into a presenter. He theorized that there are lizard people, a lot of celebrities, governmental people who are lizards and stuff. Queen Liz, obviously short for lizard. She might not even be dead, she just shedded skin or something, I don't know. And they point out the fact that there's so many celebrities who know and are connected by family DNA and stuff, like Obama and Churchill and stuff are DNA related or whatever. But to be fair, like, that's actually more weird if they weren't. Like, every humans came from like the original humans in Africa, right? So like, if that's the case, and there's a lot of incest, sure, but like, if you weren't related to anyone, that's the one that's like, all right, maybe this is an alien reptile. So that's not off, to be fair. That's just like lucky DNA, you know what I mean? I'm sure if I look out, I'm related to Obama, Churchill, and a real lizard. I'm sure I got uncle that fucked a lizard once. But so many powerful people apparently lizards to David Icke's view, and so many conspiracy theorists actually believe that as well. They're like, you know, there might be reptilians who are in powerful positions. And you know the famous saying, if I was a fly on that wall, but I don't want to be a fly on that wall. Yeah, fuck, you become a fucking snack to a lizard. And I did briefly address in the beginning, a lot of conspiracy theories always end up blaming people. And to be fair, they've been in this earth for longer than a lot of other religions. So as you got so many people, especially in maybe successful positions, a lot of people tend to blame that and they just connect dots. But it's not a thing, because I know a lot of poor people. If it was a whole thing, then they would be super rich, but they're broke as fuck. So more of like rich families that are just coincidentally possibly. Let's end on a fun conspiracy. Dude, this one's my favorite. Flat Earth is fucking great. I was playing the Flat Earth documentary. At the end, they disproved themselves. They had a whole experiment just to prove that they were right, and then they proved themselves to be wrong.
We're at 17 feet off the water. The Earth is flat. If he's holding it up at 23 feet high and we're seeing the light, well, that's because the Earth's curved. We don't see you, Enrique. Lift up your light way above your head. Interesting.
Like, one of their theories is like the fact that they can't see the Earth being round visually to their own eyes. That means that it's not round. But like, I can't see my penis right now, but that doesn't mean, I don't know what that means. I kind of just shout out Mad Mike. He was a guy who was so adamant that the Earth was flat. He decided to make his own rocket just to go up to space. That is actually pretty cool.
Have you been a risk taker your entire life?
Well, I've been married a couple of times. I don't know. Dated a couple of women that probably pretty questionable morals. When I used to pick up women in clubs, I used to use neurolinguistics, which is just study of eye patterns and body movements. I would use that, but I would use the GUI theory, and that is go ugly early. You don't have to buy many drinks, and you always get laid by 10 o'clock that night. Then you can go back on again.
From all these conspiracies, that's the one guy who went, you know what, fuck it. I'm going all in. I'm going to prove everyone wrong. And he didn't make it, but like, it's pretty cool. So shout out Mad Mike. And yes, there is obviously a Jewish twist to it. The flat earth is actually God's yarmulke. I'm sure you know where the background is. I hope you enjoyed the videos. Real quick, I'm going to be weekly uploading. Check out the other videos. Follow me on Instagram. Follow, subscribe if you want to. I don't know, man. This isn't even a fucking proper green screen. This is just fucking curtain. Look, if you enjoyed it, just follow. Cool.
That turned the friggin' frogs gay.